Hello, everyone. This is the Straight Bat with Gulf News and Mr. Cricket UAE, that is Anis Sarjan. We have a double header today, both the matches in Abu Dhabi. And the first match, South Africa beat Bangladesh by 4 wickets. And in the second match, there's a comprehensive win for Pakistan, 45-run win against Namibia, which means they are in the semi-finals already. So let's discuss, let us ask Anis Sarjan to take us through the matches today.
Thank you, Sham. Hello, Ashfaq Bhai. Hi, Sahil. Well, yes, South Africa had a comprehensive win today, bowling out Bangladesh for 84. And they are one step closer. They need to see how they perform in the last match. Whereas congratulations to Team Pakistan being the first team to qualify for this World Cup semi-final. Once again, they were clinical in their performance, where they put up a decent 189 and made sure that Namibia were never in the game and won it comprehensively by 45 runs.
Sahil, your thoughts on today's matches?
I mean, both games looked one-sided today. Obviously, congratulations to Pakistan. Obviously, they're well-deserved. They've reached the semi-finals. And also South Africa, again, looking like a dangerous team. Like we had mentioned, how they have one of the most dangerous bowling lineups in this tournament. And clearly they have proved that. But both matches were one-sided, so not much entertainment today.
Ashfaq, I will come to you with the Pakistan match. I'll spare you of the South Africa-Bangladesh. So keep your powder dry for the Pakistan match.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and South Africa is interesting in the sense like that they are in with a possibility to take a second slot. It would be either between Australia or South Africa. England definitely will top the group. So how do you see the South Africa's prospects there? Anis?
Yeah, you're asking me this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, to be very honest, like Sahil mentioned, that the bowling attack of South Africa looks very potent with both now Rabada coming in form. Nokia was already doing well. And I'm a big fan of the left-arm Chinaman Tabriz Shamsi. Plus, they have Keshav Maharaj. So South Africa's bowling looks very good. Their last match is obviously against England. We need to see how they play against that team, because England is the team to beat in the other group. And if they are able to manage to, restrict England and chase down the target, or probably defend the target, they should be going ahead of Australia, because even if Australia win both their matches, rather Australia is also have to win the last match. So if Australia also wins, the net run rate of South Africa is very good. So I probably somehow feel it's going to be quite tight between two groups. If South Africa lose, it will be Australia going through. But if South Africa win, then I believe it will be South Africa going through.
Sahil, I'm going to ask you a tough question. South Africa or Australia, which you'll go through?
It's a tough one.
Your gut feeling?
I have to back the Aussies. I don't know why. I have to back them, I'm with
you. I am with you.
I like their mentality, the Aussies, they never give up. I mean, South Africans have been outstanding this tournament with their bowling, especially, like I mentioned. But the Aussies just have it in them. I mean, and plus South Africa playing one of the strongest teams, England. So it's going to be a nail-biter.
I'm with you on this.
It's going to be.
I know it's not an easy answer here, but I am with you on this simply because I right even before the tournament started, we had a preview, and I had picked Australia to make the semis actually. So I mean, you have my backing on this. Of course, this is going to be interesting because the last few matches are going to be really going down to the wire, which is what we want. Now, sorry to keep you waiting. Ashfaq, give us your rundown of today's Pakistan win. We know it's a comprehensive win, but what is your takeaways from today's matches?
Hey, Sham, thank you so much. Thank you, Anis bhai. And thank you, Sahid. Sham, in today's match, one thing is clear, that Pakistan is not an unpredictable team anymore. They are coming to this. They have come to this T20 with a plan. Earlier, they were labeled unpredictable. They perform one match, another match, they are just out. This is the fourth consecutive win and very clinical win. They have their game plan. They have their bowling. They have their batting. In this match, Babar Azam took the risk. He batted first because he wanted to try whether his batsman can score in the first innings when the ball was moving a lot. Their Namibian bowlers gave them very tough time. They could score only 29 runs in the first power play. So it was a tough call, and they had very close calls as well, like before LBW calls and it was unplayable in the first five overs. So Babar tested that, and the batters succeeded his test. And in 10 overs, it's 59 runs in 60 balls, and next 10 overs, they scored 130 runs. And the good thing was that Hafiz gets his form back. The kind of shots he played was like, he improvised, and the bowlers didn't know where to bowl. And he was hitting the bowlers everywhere. And Rizwan, he just got very hot for Zambian bowlers in the slog overs and hitting them 23 runs in the last over. This was like everything was perfectly placed, and 189 runs was too much for Namibia.
And I'm sure you must be loving the form of Rizwan, because as an opener, he stayed till the 20th over. In fact, the 20th over, he hit 4 fours and a 6 and a 2. And for an opener to stay till the 20th game and score heavily off it, that must be really, really good for Pakistan.
I think this, Sham, this is a very stubborn opener partnership for Pakistan. It has never, we have never seen this before, until if you go back to Saeed Anwar and Amar Sohail's days, they were, after that, I think this, now we have got this solid opening partnership, and keeping the wicket safe on one end and hitting from the other hand was the strategy. I think that Rizwan kept his wicket till end. So he got the chance, there were wicket in hand, and he just went out and hit everywhere, all around the ground. And he scored 79 in 49 balls. And this was excellent.
And it's how this guy Ashfaq was saying that Pakistan has ceased to be unpredictable, in the sense that if you look at the Pakistan's win, all of them have been very comprehensive wins, very clinically done. So what changed from what is the difference you see from the previous Pakistan sides and this one?
What I like in this tournament about Pakistan, especially in the batting, the start what both the openers have given. In all the matches, even in the New Zealand match where probably Babar got out after scoring 15-16, but all the matches, they look very stable. And that is where, you know, Pakistan, as Mr. Ashfaq mentioned, it reminded about Amir Sohail and Saeed Anwar when they used to give the start. After that, I don't remember any of the opening batsmen used to stick around. And now this two players have been playing with each other for a long time. They understand each other. They run hard between the wickets. That is one important key factor. And when you have a good start in almost every game, so the other batsmen to follow are not under so much pressure. And secondly, when you talk about the other part, they have improved a lot on their fielding. Okay, today they dropped a couple of catches. Mind you, there was a bit of dew, but otherwise Pakistan fielding has been top notch in this tournament. The bowling has been always very good. So this time, like Ashfaq Bhai said, they are not looking like an unpredictable team. They're playing the cricket according to the format and setting the template right.
Okay, Sahil, your thoughts on today's Pakistan win?
I mean, again, impressive performance, you know, as mentioned by Mr. Ashfaq, you know, Rizwan stayed till the end, scored a good 79. It's not easy for an opener because, you know, they get tired eventually, and hitting 20 plus runs in the last over, it's not easy for an opener. So credit to Pakistan again. I mean, for the first time, they fielded poorly in a game, which is shocking because this whole tournament, they have been outstanding in the field. But it happens, you know, but Pakistan have been impressive, and again, they deserve to go to the semi-finals. And yes, as mentioned earlier in the call, that they have not played like an unpredictable team. They have deserved to win every game, hands down.
So Ashfaq, back to you again. Pakistan are in the semis. So where do Pakistan go from here? What do you see?
Isham, one thing we have seen, Babar got the chance to try some new player, but he didn't. He kept the team as it is because he doesn't want to experiment new player. He doesn't want to break the repo. He will continue with the same team. And if they go by the game plan, and if they are lucky enough to win the toss, I think that then is their match. They will win the match as well, if they bat second.
Okay. Before we wind up, Anis, any last thoughts you want to do, your impressions, anything more to add to the show today?
Well, like Ashfaq mentioned, that if they bat second, Pakistan are unbeatable. And at the same time, like we were discussing off air, it's a little bit of an advantage for a team batting second, because we see the due sets heavy. And today, in spite of Pakistan scoring 190, like Ashfaq mentioned, in the initial 10 overs, it was so difficult to bat. The ball was moving around, and due credit to Pakistan that they managed to survive that tough period. And that is why they were able to post this 190. And similarly, which we saw yesterday, Butler made sure that he anchored the innings and he stayed till the end, and which gave them a respectable total. So teams which bat first, and if the opening guy survives till the end, they can put up a respectable total to have a fight. Otherwise, teams batting first, if they go off to a disastrous start, they will struggle.
Absolutely.
Looks like that's the template for this tournament. An opener staying till the end, or anchoring the Indians. We have seen that actually in the IPL also. Like, if you look at Chennai Super Kings win, it was basically strung by Ruturaj Gaikwad. He used to give them good starts. He used to bat through the middle overs, and that's what actually pushed Chennai Super Kings to the win. I think that template still holds good. And if, like Anis was saying here, the openers staying till the end, or towards at least till the slog overs, are becoming are actually deciding the games for teams batting first, because teams batting second are obviously at an advantage. If you look at even Namibia's performance today, it is, to me, they exceeded their expectations, because in the previous two matches they had, or at least in the previous match, they folded up pretty fast actually, because they were batting first. So here, they got a chance to at least to take it a distance and have some kind of respectability. And that's all for today's matches. But tomorrow we have another doubleheader coming up, but in two different venues here. New Zealand plays Scotland in Dubai, and India take on Afghanistan in Abu Dhabi. That is a must-win match to preserve India's mathematical possibility. Although it's not very much a feasible possibility, but it is very much but even then, to preserve that mathematical possibility is not an easy task, because Afghanistan are a tough side. And your thoughts on that?
You're right. Afghanistan is a tough side, like we're talking about. India trying to sneak through the back door, provided there is an upset by Afghanistan in the match against New Zealand. But first, India needs to beat Afghanistan. That's the first job they have in hand. And also, as you mentioned, their net run rate is so bad that they need to beat hands down Afghanistan. So we need to see what sort of style India play. But I believe India now has nothing to lose, everything to gain. So they probably can get out of the shackles and play that fearless cricket. And that is the only way up. If things go in their way, if there's an upset, they go through. Otherwise, anyways, they are out.
And Sahil, your thoughts on tomorrow's match?
I mean, as like mentioned, there's nothing to lose now. There should not be high hopes. There is a mathematical chance, but high hope should not be there. The Indians should just go out to the game and just enjoy and win it hands down. That's all I can say.
Let's hope tomorrow we will have some interesting matches, because New Zealand Scotland is clearly New Zealand has got upper hand there. Let's see what Scotland can do, and I'm sure all the eyes are on the India-Afghanistan match. And that's all from us today here from the Gulf News. So for the latest on Gulf, latest news and updates and developments, please log on to Gulf News and our social media channels. Thank you very much. Good night.